Hey everybody, hope your day is going well. We are back with another reaction and back with New Model Army Green and Gray. This was a request by Savage Grace. Thank you so much for this request and donation. And I really enjoyed the Hunt. That was a great song, great storytelling. So I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Let's jump into it, man. Green and Gray.
The time I think most clearly, the time I drift away, is on the bus ride that meanders up these valleys of green and grey. I get to think about what might have been and what may yet come true, and I get to pass the rainy mile thinking of you. And all the while, I still hear that call to the land of gold and poison that beckons to us all. Nothing changes here very much. You used to say it never will. The pubs are all full on Friday nights, and things get started still. We spent hours last week with Billy Boy, bleeding, yeah, queuing in Casualty. Stare at those posters we used to laugh at, Neverland, palm trees by the sea. Well, there was no need for those guys to hurt him so bad when all they had to do was knock him down. But no one asked too many questions like that anymore since you left this town. And tomorrow brings another train, another young Gray steals away. But you're the one I remember from these valleys of the green and the grey.
Oh, man, I can see these valleys, man. You know, been to the UK quite a few times, you know, driving around, and hey, they have some green valleys and some gray sky. Hey, man, this is this packs a punch, an emotional punch. I really like the beginning of the song with these, you know, single notes on the acoustic. You know, really, the last song was very cinematic storytelling. This started off with almost cinematic music, and again, great storytelling. I like his vocals too. With, you know, you can hear the emotion in it. And yeah, this is like, oh, it's very interesting. Because I just before this reacted to Gerry Rafferty, the song Baker Street. And it's almost like there's, it could be like, because this is a person who left town. There's a lot of people who leave these type of towns. You know, he says, tomorrow brings another train, a young brave steals away. But you're the one I remember. So there's one specifically, a person he remembers that made an impact. That person could be the person in Baker Street who's now in the London big city, if you know the song. It's very interesting how that works, man. That's just because I just recorded that reaction. It almost like, ooh, it's like these songs are almost could be connected. Very interesting. You can correct me if, of course, they're not connected, but just it's like, whoa, that could work. That could work. Great, powerful visual writing once again, and a little different this time. And also in the Hunt, the song that I did before of them, it was also, you know, talking about being chased and stuff, and jumping into like a corridor or like a doorway or something, and you know, growing up for me as well, you know, out in the streets and, you know, had these similar situations, ending up in the ER with friends. He's talked about Billy Boy, you know, so I can see that before me, you know, and so really powerful stuff there. And he's having his bus ride where it's time for introspection. It's the best time for thinking, he says. And nothing changes here very much. You know, nothing changes. If nothing changes, if you know, you know. And he has that same beckoning call of the land of gold and poison. So like a big city, for example, and materialism. Yeah, you're looking for opportunities elsewhere. And in this ER, like he's staring at poster we used to laugh at, Never Neverland, palm trees by the sea. But it's almost like, I wish I could be there sometimes. You know, you're looking at these fake posters. Damn, man. No one asked too many questions like that since you left this town. So even after this person left, maybe violence increased, or they don't even ask questions anymore. They don't even look up if something like this happens, you know, like desensitization and stuff. Wow. I love that type of storytelling, you know, mixed with the emotion, the authenticity. Even though I didn't grow up in a small town, you know, there's a connection there.
These valleys of the green and the grey. You used to talk about winners and losers all the time, as if that was all there was. As if we were not of the same blood family, as if we lived by different laws. Do you owe so much less to these rain-swept hills than you owe to your good self? Is it true that the world has always got to be something that seems to happen somewhere else? For God's sake, don't you realize that I still hear that call? Do you think you're so brave just to go running to that which beckons to her soul? And tomorrow brings another train, another young brave steals away. But you're the one I remember from these valleys of the green and the grey.
Wow.
Not for 1 second did you look behind you as you were walking away. Never once did you wish any of us well, those who had chosen to stay. And if that's what it takes to make it in the place that you live today, then I guess you'll never read these letters that I sent from the valleys of green and the grey.
Wow.
Valleys of green and grey.
Man, there's a lot. There's a lot in this song. There's so many emotions in this song. There's like, there's that envy of the one that got out, but also like that almost judging, and there's so many things in it. And he raises great questions, but you could counter them with more questions. Not for 1 second did you look behind you, my man. You didn't even wish us well, to the people who chose to stay. And there's that, you know, there's this resentment towards each other, right? There's a resentment as well of, and also we're coming from the same place, and you almost, this other person forget about his roots or forgot, you know. You talk about winners and losers all the time. You know, there's only two kinds of people in this world. There's winners and there's losers, you know, that type of thing. And the people who stay behind are the so-called losers, which is not true. And the people who leave are not the so-called winners. Because if now I go back to Gerry Rafferty and Baker Street, that person who goes to the big city, he ain't that happy. It could be, but it's different for everybody. So, yeah, you could stay in your hometown, you could go somewhere else, and that could be good or bad. We don't know until you do it. But I am of the, you know, do you owe something to a geographical place you're from or to the people? Yeah, that's a good question. You know, should they guilt trip you into staying? Should you leave them behind without looking back? All great questions. That's why it's so hard. It's this, man, that's a great song, man. It really opens up that conversation, and you could fall on both sides of the fence, but you can understand both of them. We all have this call. This man, the narrator, still has that call. I resent you for leaving, but I also kind of get it because I have that call too. Which is it's a tough contradictive feeling inside of you, man. Ooh, I love that, man. That's a great song. And it sounded great. Yeah, man. Whew. If that's what it takes to make it in the place that you live today, you know, to maybe to be cold and harsh in that cold and harsh city, hey, then I guess you'll never read these letters that I send from the valleys of the green and gray. Powerful stuff. Hey, that was great. Man, they make some great songs, man. I've only checked out 2, but hopefully I can do some more. Thank you for being here. Any recommendations are welcome. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.